Impatience and hunger began to overwhelm little Gaia while her mother remained still, asleep all day. Before we begin, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any of our true life stories. The girl's determination led her to take a surprising action. She managed to activate the emergency call on her mother's cell phone. When the rescue team finally arrived, they were faced with an unexpected scene. On a bright Sunday morning, Claudia chose an impeccable dress for 5-year-old Gaia. A group of city firefighters were opening their doors to the girls of the community. It was a unique opportunity to explore fire trucks, wear uniforms, and participate in fire simulations. Gaia was thrilled. Her father, Luca, was a member of the fire brigade. The girl could barely contain her anxiety for the unforgettable morning she was about to experience alongside her hero, whom she called Dad. Luca always told her stories of his heroic rescues. Gaia listened to every word with fascination, seeing in him a true hero. One of Gaia's favorite stories was about her father, Luca, making an extraordinary rescue. One fall afternoon, flames were devouring an abandoned building. Luca was leading the team, navigating through the flames. She heard a faint sound of crying and found a frightened little girl. She picked him up and carried him to safety. Every time Luca told this story, Gaia couldn't contain her excitement. She jumped around her father as if she had been there, witnessing the rescue with her own eyes. That sunny Sunday morning, Gaia had a unique experience. She climbed into the red truck, activated the sirens and flashing lights. Holding the hose of the fire hydrant, she watched her father and the other firefighters in action. The children received instructions on how to behave in case of an emergency. At the end of the visit, they received plastic helmets and badges. If you like the story, leave a like. It helps a lot for us. Thank you so much. In the days that followed, Gaia shared her incredible experience. The family had just moved into a new home, and the boxes still occupied many corners of the house. Claudia, Gaia's mother, felt overwhelmed by the tasks needed to transform their new home into a welcoming environment. She was concerned about the lack of privacy since the curtains were not yet up. "Luca, you have to put up these tents," he repeated urgently. The man postponed the task, promising to resolve the issue the following day. One Saturday morning, Luca had planned a day of fishing with his colleagues. Claudia, determined to resolve the issue of the tents, decided to take on the responsibility herself. She grabbed the drill and a ladder, telling Gaia to sit in the kitchen. What was supposed to be a simple task took a dramatic turn. Claudia fell off the ladder and lost consciousness. Gaia, hearing the thud, found her mother lying on the floor. Thinking she was sleeping, she went back to her drawings. As lunchtime approached, Gaia began to worry. She found her mother's cell phone and managed to make the emergency call. "Hello, this is Gaia. You need to come here to my house. My mother has been sleeping all day." The operator, surprised by Gaia's calm, immediately sent help. Within minutes, a patrol car arrived at the door of the house. Assessing the situation, they called for the intervention of a rescue team. Claudia was promptly rescued and taken to the hospital, where she was diagnosed with a head injury. Only when Luca returned from fishing that night did he rush to the hospital. There he found his daughter Gaia, accompanied by a social worker. "Your wife is still unconscious, but it is thanks to this little heroine that she is still alive," the social worker said. Luca hugged his daughter, comforting her. The next few days were filled with constant apprehension. Gaia spent every day in the hospital next to her mother, drawing for her and telling her about her adventures. When Claudia finally woke up, the family was excited and relieved. One of the most difficult moments was when Claudia began her rehabilitation. Every day, with effort and determination, she learned to perform daily activities again. Gaia watched her carefully, ready to help at any moment. The story of the little heroine Gaia attracted the attention of local newspapers. The articles described in detail Gaia's courage and how her quick wit had saved her mother's life. The interviews with the family moved everyone who read them. Schools began to implement initiatives to prepare children for emergency situations. Lessons, simulations, and special courses were organized to teach children how to behave in case of danger. Gaia, invited as a guest of honor, participated in many of these events, sharing her experience. Meanwhile, Luca made sure to spend more time with his family. Every evening, after work, he told new stories to Gaia, stories of courage and rescues, but also of moments of everyday normality. He wanted his daughter to know that even in the simplest acts, great heroism could lie. Finally, when Claudia was strong enough, the family celebrated with a small party at home. It was a moment of great joy and gratitude, an opportunity to thank everyone who had supported them. The story of little Gaia teaches us that courage has no age. Even a child can take incredible actions in times of need. It also reminds us of the importance of being prepared for emergency situations and teaching our children to behave with confidence and responsibility.